Hi everyone, it's Simone Watson, and as you know by now, I'm a Black writer. How's it going? Today is July 1st, and usually it's a huge day on AuthorTube because people are starting Camp NaNoWriMo. Yay! It's just that, you know, that excitement of like new projects and all of that. Not everyone's doing a new project. I've been feeling different this year because Blackness in the United States, it's always been hard, but right now we are just seeing a shift in the way people are talking about it and the way people are having that conversation. Actually, I meant to say this at the very beginning of the video. Black Lives Matter. That is a statement. Yes, there's a movement called Black Lives Matter, but there's also this statement, Black Lives Matter. If you don't agree with that or that makes you uncomfortable, I'm not sure why you're watching my channel. So, here we are at a time when George Floyd has been murdered in the street and rioting is happening, and a lot of white people who previously didn't understand racism are like, saying things, coming out saying things about this and saying that they want to learn and saying that they want to listen, and that is great. The feeling that I have been getting through all of this, and I'm not the only Black person who has felt that, is the feeling that everyone's ready to listen, but I'm too tired to talk. So, so that's basically my thought process. There are publishing professionals who have been on Twitter, who have been very supportive of Black writers and have been doing things to help Black writers. Critiquing their queries, adding a new hashtag to PitMad, which I absolutely love. There are even a couple of editors who are open to unagented submissions from Black writers, and I love all of this. I'm very thankful for all of this. I'm thankful for it. I'm happy about it. I don't have any problem with it. I'm very happy about it. Some Black writers are going to be like, yeah, like we're ready to go. We're ready to seize these opportunities. And I have, I used the hashtag in PitMad. But there are moments where it feels like, wow, I'm getting this help with my writing career because somebody died. It's not guilt that I feel, it's sadness and happiness coexisting. And that can make it difficult sometimes to go on with my writing. Yeah, I mean, it can make it hard. And so another thing that has been really a concern to me, and I really shouldn't be thinking like this, right? But I've been concerned that the Black Lives Matter movement, somebody would write about it, or a lot of people would write about it, and it would become known as a trend. Some publishing professionals would call it a trend, and then a lot of white writers would start writing it because it's a trend, which I'm using that in quotation marks because it's not a trend, okay? It's not a trend. It's our actual lives. It's our actual lived experience. It's our actual pain that we have gone through for centuries. So to kind of be like, oh, this is the new publishing trend would just be so, but my concern has been, oh my gosh, like, it's gonna become a trend and then white people are gonna start writing it because it's trendy, and those who write it because it's trendy are not gonna understand it really. I mean, if you're white, you haven't lived as a black person. Some people have like bucked against this idea in the past, like, oh, well, but this is a situation facing black people that's painful for black people. If you're white, you don't know what that's like from the inside, okay? And so, yeah, the concern that white people are gonna jump on the trend, or even more the concern that, like I said, people wanna listen, I'm feeling too tired to talk, and I was like, oh my gosh, what if I don't write a story about the Black Lives Matter movement? Because there's a story in my mind that I want to write, and I started it, and then I just got really tired and really sad, and I was like, I don't feel like writing about this. So there was this concern in my mind that, like, no, I have to write this right now, because if I don't write this right now, and other black people don't write this right now because we're all feeling tired and we don't feel like writing that, then there are going to be like some white people who are not tired by this whole thing because they're in a different position from us, and then the white people are going to start writing about black pain, and they're going to essentially, hate to use this term, but essentially get there first, even though again they're not getting there first because they're not there. But the concern that I've been having is that like publishers would be like, wow, here's a great book about black pain from a white person, we're just gonna pay them like $1 million, and then when black people submit the stories about black pain, then the publisher's like, actually, we already have a few, sorry about that, you know. Hopefully this is not going to happen, because we've seen a lot of publishing professionals that have realized that that is bullcrap. So basically, this is what I'm gonna say to you black writers. If you're feeling scared that if you don't write your story of black pain right now, some white people are gonna write stories of black pain and then there's not gonna be room for you, like, don't feel like that, okay? Just don't. We don't need to put another burden on ourselves. We don't need to put more pressure on ourselves. Don't worry about it. You need to take care of yourself. You do. Because when I started getting in the headspace of that story, I was like, oh, I'm so sad. I don't feel like writing. And writing is supposed to be fun. Like, that's why I do it. I write because it's fun. I thought it would help me get out those feelings. And it actually made me have to sit in those feelings more than I wanted to. And I was like, no, okay? You take care of yourself. You write what you need to write. If you need to step away from writing, step away from writing. It is not our job to constantly try to like single-handedly like change this entire industry. Like the industry needs to work on itself. Okay, the people in the industry need to check the other people in the industry. And by the people in the industry, I am including white people. You know what? Especially white people. White people in the publishing industry need to have an honest conversation within themselves and among themselves about, like, hold on. Here's what we've been presented with. Our industry is anti-black. What are we gonna do about it? Okay? They need to ask themselves what they're gonna do about it. And right now, things are coming to light. So it's not like they can just do it and like be quiet about it. Like, oh, we secretly bought a white author's book about black pain. Nah, no. So we gonna know about it, okay? The other thing is that now that these publishing professionals are offering help to Black writers, it's like, oh good, they value Black voices. They want to hear Black voices, and that is so awesome. But you might be feeling scared that, oh no, now I have to like try to submit to these people right now, but I'm emotionally tired and I have to hurry up and write something right now because now is when they want Black voices. No, 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 no. Anyone who is a true ally to Black people is not only gonna want Black voices right now and not want them 6 months from now, okay? If they do only want Black voices right now and won't want them 6 months from now, they need to check themselves. It ain't your responsibility to make sure everybody is acting right. If they ain't acting right, and they ain't acting like they really want Black stories, you forget them. You don't want... Look, the folk that want Black stories are gonna want Black stories in 6 months. That's what I'm saying. If they really want Black stories, they're gonna still want Black stories. So don't even worry about that, okay? Really, don't feel like you have to put the entire team on your back. Meaning, by the team, I mean all Black people in the United States. Like, you have to shoulder this responsibility for everybody. We have done that. So much of like our history as African Americans has been like us lifting one another up, which we need to continue to do. But don't feel like if you're so tired and you're so sad and you just like don't have the energy to do this stuff, like you're gonna beat yourself up. No, don't, okay? You don't need to write a story about Black pain if that's not what you feel like writing. If you want to write it later, you can write it later, okay? If you want to write it right now, if you do want to write it right now, if that's your way of dealing with things, do that. If you want to write something completely different, do that. If you want to take a break from writing because you feel like, oh no, like this is just, I need a break, do that. Do whatever you need to do to take care of you. Let everybody else take care of them, okay? I am so proud of you. And oh, and one more thing. Don't think that if you don't write a story about the Black Lives Matter movement, then like there's something wrong with you. No, okay? No. Our stories matter no matter what they're about. And when you write, you are asserting that Black lives matter because you are Black. You are saying something to the world. And something that you're saying is that you matter. Okay? And even if you don't write, by living every day in a Black person's skin, by living, you assert that your life matters. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. You don't have to prove anything, okay? I am so proud of you. I'm so proud of you because you are fighting right now. You are, just by living. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I don't want you to fall into the guilt and sadness of whatever that I fell into. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what everybody else thinks you should write. It doesn't. It doesn't. You don't owe them nothing. Just do what you need to do. Okay? Big hugs. I'll see y'all in my next video.